On the bench today, or rather in the vise, we've got the rear hub. Second day. I'm extracting the centre of the hub with this hub puller. It's been a bit tricky because you have to push on the centre of the spline shaft to get it out. The hub should come off this, but it's not. It's actually pushing this shaft at the back of the hub. Hey ho, it's one way of doing it. That's it. Didn't take much force because it's only got to pull off straight off the parallel splines. This is where your shims sit, so make sure you don't lose them. Gently tap the centre of the hub shaft with a socket the right size so it passes through there with a soft face mallet, and out it pops. On the bench today we've got the last of my 2 rear hubs that I'm stripping down, and just taking a little picture of that. Brake adjuster removed, and next is going to be the wheel cylinder. It has clearly seen better days, hasn't it? That's the rubber gasket out of the way. If you look in there, these are the 2 little plates that need to slide apart to get the wheel cylinder off. Next it's the turn of the bolts that hold the Rotoflex on. Jubilee clips in place. They're all wire brushed down, put some penetrating oil on, so fingers crossed. Next batch of parts for blasting: back plate, rear drive shaft and rear brake drum. Here we have those parts in the oven ready for an outgassing run in the morning. Have you ever been blasting a shadow? I have, many a time. So I modified my blasting cabinet and I've now got 8 LED lights in it, exactly the same as what I have in my kitchen. It's very, very bright. And what I do after I've been blasting, I move it up into this corner here, which I call my inspection zone, and I move the part around and I check to make sure I've got every edge, every last tiny little bit of dirt or rust or paint or whatever I need to take off the component. So, never blast a shadow. So initially they were degreased, rough degreasing, then initial blasting to remove all the paint, etc. Then they were outgassed. Then they had a second blasting to remove the outgas surface layer. Then they were locally degreased and masked. And then they had a final degrease and then prepped, ready, hanging there with copper wires to ensure conductivity, and they're all sitting there now awaiting to be powder coated, which I shall do tomorrow now. Just finished cooking, and yeah, very pleased with those. They look nice, they do. So I'm going to let them cool down and then take the masking off and see what we've got. Only me. In a powder coated oven today we've got even more Vitesse parts, so yeah, they're nicely cooking at the moment. Fresh out the oven, they're still warm, so a few more parts for the Vitesse special, and yes, a few more parts left to do. Still a few more parts to do, but we're getting there. In the vise today we have a rear hub of the Vitesse special, extracting the inner race of the little stub shaft, and after some careful dressing and fitting and filing of the old three-legged gear puller that I have, I've managed to extract the race partly. So I'm just going to finish pulling that off and get on with the other one. There you go. One in a race off. On the bench today we have the Vitesse vertical link, a rear link, which we are unmasking.